Hi, how are you? This is Jilly Bling. Look what I have. So I'll show it to you, and then this has a little bit of a story behind it. So this is Wildflower birthday designer paper. See the gold foil on it? And this is a loaded pocket. Have you ever had a loaded baked potato? And I'm getting all this terminology from my friend Robin, and I'll give you a little bit of information on Robin here in a minute, but let me show you this loaded pocket. So it has a notepad. Isn't that cute? Covered notepad. It has, of course, the pocket. Here's this pocket that the notepad came from. A pen, and this is Robin's favorite kind of pen. And I know it's her favorite kind of pen because she made me a loaded pocket as a little gift. And it is so cute. It's been sitting on my desk for about a year. And finally it's like, you know what, this paper is perfect to give this a try. And she commented that these Sharpie pens are her favorite. And I tried them, they are really nice. A Post-it pad with a cover on it. But imagine having this in your purse and you need to make a note. It'd be perfect to pull it out. And you could use whatever color Post-it you have. I have quite a few of them. So I'm going to do this as a class. I'm going to have 8 kits only. And if you don't like the Post-it color that you get in your kit, you're welcome to change. Also, the notepad. This one is just a plain white. You could write whatever you want. I needed to get a few more, so I ordered more, and these are lined. The only thing is these are thinner or these are thicker. And it makes a difference when you're making your cover because they're 3 by 5, and if it's thicker, you need a little extra room. And I'm not going to show you the back because I didn't account for that. But all the kits I put the solid notepad, but we can easily change it for a lined, not striped notepad. I have a few more pens. Okay, where are we? And inside of here, you could put anything. And in the video description, I have a link to Robin's play date where she makes the loaded pocket. And the girls are brainstorming on what to put inside your loaded pocket. All kinds of ideas. Baby shower, gardener, or even if you have like a favorite dental hygienist, to give her one of these. And she'd probably appreciate any cards that you give her. So mine has cards in it. And these are cards that are part of this kit. And I have them numbered 1 through 10, so don't mind the numbers. And wait till I show you this paper. So that's 1, number 2, 3, and it goes all the way to number 10, and they're all really cute. So today, depending on the length, I'm hoping to get through maybe 1 or 2 cards, plus the pocket, plus the notepad and the Post-it. And if it starts running too long, then maybe I'll do just 1 card. And then in the next videos, I'll do maybe 5 cards and then 5, just however it works out. So I'll leave these things out because we need to make them. Okay, so let me show you Robin's. This is Robin's, and it's been in this pack, which I know we received some kind of kit at our Stampin' Up event, and this perfectly protects it. So this is where it all started, what Robin made. So here's her notepad. What did she do? Lined? She did lined. And this is the 1/8 inch. But isn't that cute? And then she decorated it, has the pockets. And here's her pen. And look how perfectly this all matches the paper. It's all petal pink. And her Post-it cover, oh, she does 2 Post-its. Hers, she has just a little circle with a flower on it. So it's so flexible. You could do whatever you like. But inside of her pocket, her loaded pocket, and keep in mind, we were at a Stampin' Up event. So she thought we needed a bar. That looks good. It's been a year. I hope things don't go bad. Crystal Light and cashew almonds and dried cranberries. See, those are all really good. That's perfect for the reason that she was giving it to us. We were at an event. So, Robin, I love this. Sorry I haven't got to it sooner. I was just waiting for the right time. So I'll put it all back together, and then we'll get started on making ours. How's she have that? That's how I stuck it down too. Just onto the back part of it. Tucks in there. And of course I had to use her pen at first to see, do I like it as much as she does? And the answer is yes. Sharpie, S-Gel, 0.7. Those are on Amazon. And I also like how white it is. To me, it just looks clean. Okay, so if you're local and if you want to take part in this gathering, let me know, because like I said, there's only 8 kits. So here is what you'll get when you walk in. And it has a half a package of the Wildflower paper. Wildflower birthday specialty designer paper. And it has a pen, it has gems. These are party dots. Okay, so we'll be using these. And here is, okay, and then basic note cards and envelopes. These are 3.5 by 5, and it comes with 20 note cards and 20 envelopes, which is perfectly convenient for what we're making. And in here, there is 12 packets. They're each numbered, because you notice how I numbered the cards. So they're each numbered, and then number 10, that's for the Post-it, and this is for the paper pad. So we'll definitely be doing paper pad, Post-it, and maybe cards 1 and 2 today. These, I'll do the video later tonight, and it will be followed up just in a few days, or in a day. Okay, what else do we have here? And the pen. And Post-it. Okay, so the paper. As I said, this is a half a pack. So usually a pack comes with 12 sheets. This is only 6, which is what makes the cost very effective. So this sheet, and we'll be using a lot of this. What's really nice about doing these cards is there's a little left over, but not that much left over, which is, I love that. But we'll be using this one, this, that. Most of them. I'd say 75–80% of them. So there's that sheet. This sheet, does this make the pocket? Yeah. See how it matches? So we'll set that off to the side. We'll use that today. This sheet has all the little die cut pieces on it. And for a reason, I centered it in between the other paper, because if you lift it up, put it down too much, these pieces start to pop out. And I put all of them in this little thing. So I'm just going to rifle through here and find what we need. And we will use 100% of these pieces. Then there's this page. I don't want to disturb my die cut pieces. This page right here, it's so pretty. And this page. And pink stripes and birthday cakes. So that's 6 sheets. Okay. So let's get started. Where do we get started? There's so much. Ooh. So I'll take pictures of my little diagrams. This is for making the pocket, and it tells me where to score. It says each of the steps, and we'll go through these. And as I said, I'll take a picture and I'll put it on my blog, which is jillybling.com. And here's info for the memo pad and the Post-it, what size to cut the paper and where to score it. And this is for, take a picture of all of these. See right here, the seafoam green with the little ovals on it. This is for flowers, or for card number 1 and 2. So we'll use this. And next video, we'll go through card number, hope I have these out of order. 1, 2, do you have another one? Oh, you know what, 3 and 4, they don't take any designer paper to cut them. And also in the video description, I'll have the paper cut sizes for all the layers and all these pieces of designer paper. But these are for the future video. We'll make these 2 designer paper options. Okay, let's do the pocket. Let's start with the pocket. I love a loaded baked potato. I love a loaded pocket. Okay, so let me see if you could see this. This right here says scored at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Let's just start with that. And my little description below says score the sides and confirm the fold with your bone folder. So 3 1/4, 3 1/4. I could do that. Three and a quarter. By, the other side is 3 1/4. Probably could leave it in there and do the math and figure it out, but I'm lazy. 3 1/4. Okay, we did that. Oop, here comes a dog. He'll probably be knocking. Okay, score confirm folds. And you could have whatever side you like. You could have it on the outside. I like the floral with the gold on it. And I like a little bit of the pink gingham poking through on the, what did Robin call it? Like a collar, like a shirt collar. So, okay, it's scored. Confirm the fold. That's confirmed. And it doesn't matter which side is on top and which side is underneath. If you have a preference, that's what you need to do. Okay. Open it, score the bottom, confirm the fold. So the bottom is scored at 3 1/2 from the bottom up. Three and a half. Could you imagine having these, for instance, as a Christmas gift, or even just for a birthday, and sticking a gift card in there? Ooh, a coffee themed one, that could be good. Or baby shower. The dog is knocking. I'll have to get him. Hold on. Smile. Smile. Okay, so score bottom confirm. Let's do the confirm part. Okay. Number 3, fold back collar, secure with dimensionals. Okay, so we have this and that. So this is the collar. I'm just going to fold it against the edge of the paper here. So it makes a nice little point down against this edge. I could do that. I got it, I got it. But there's so many beautiful papers out right now. Or even if you're going somewhere for a holiday party, or I'm thinking about the Thanksgiving paper or the Christmas paper with the gold on it too. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, secure with dimensionals. I have a lot of stuff sitting out here. And it's funny, after we get done with the projects, it's all clean. Everything's all taken care of. So I'm gonna do, how about 3 dimensionals? I'm not sure what I think Robin did 1 dimensional. And on my first sample, I just stuck it down with glue. But I kind of like her way of doing it with dimensionals better, because then there's a bit of a shadow, and I think it just is an additional detail. Okay, so we did that. Secure with dimensionals. Tear tape 2 pieces, all center seam. So this is a center seam tear tape. Okay, so to do this, the whole center seam. So I'll start right here. And all the way for the center seam. Then this piece is going to close, so I'll put some right here. Probably 1 piece, because this tear tape is so strong, probably 1 piece will be just fine. Okay, that's good. And make sure it's stuck really well. And let's remove the protector. I've put my pokey tool and picker up tool right over here off to the right. I use it so much more now that it just sits out. That's its home, and it's working really well. So when you're sticking this down, at first when I looked at Robin's pocket, I'm like, well, how do I make it so it's more of a pocket and there's room in here? And then when I watched her make it, she just does it flat and it works out perfect. At first I was trying to stick things underneath it, so I had the right kind of mounding and pocket-like hole insert. You don't need to do that. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we did tear tape 2 pieces, center seam, fold up bottom, confirm folds, fold up bottom. And in her video, she says when you confirm the folds, it just naturally creates like a pocket look. Because I don't know if you could tell that there's just a gap right here, which is part of the plan. So, can you see that? Yeah, right there. Okay, confirm fold, tear tape the edges. So I'm going to tear tape just here and here on these edges of the folded piece. Well, tear tape is getting used up. I have another roll ready to go. It just ran out. Do I have enough? Nope, that's paper. Okay, let me see if I can get that out. Yep, I have 1 inch is sticky, the rest is cardboard. More tear tape. A brand new roll. Ooh, that's sticky. Okay. So I think the pocket is constructed, not decorated. Look at that, I have a little gap right here. I don't know if I can lift it up. And if I can't lift it up, I'm not going to worry about it. Because we know how good, there it goes. Wow. It just might want to be crooked. It's just a little bit crooked. This side over here, I have maybe a little bit too much over here and not enough here. But after it gets all decorated, it's going to be just fine. Okay, so there's the pocket. To the edges. Okay, let's next work on the memo pad. So I'll set this off to the side. Memo pad. So here's memo pad. Post-it. I'll put this in here. Paper. Paper is the same as memo pad. Card number 1 could go off to the side. Oh, I know how to do this. This is just a bow. Just a simple, regular little bow. And you know, I was thinking maybe I'll put a glue dot on it because I want it to stay, the bow to stay for a long time. But I'll put the glue dot on the top of the, there's probably a good word for that. You know, the put in your pocket holder plastic thingy. We'll see. Okay, so there's a knot. And a bow. Looking a little funky at this point. I'll make it pretty. Cute. Cute. Okay. I have my scissors over at my recliner. I was doing a little paper cutting out. These are my secondary scissors. My primary scissors have my name on it and they're from Jude. Yeah, these don't work so good. Okay. So that is done. That's done. Okay, paper. So this is cut to 3 memo pad. Cut to 3 by 10 1/4. And that's just because this paper pad is 1/4 inch. On the other hand, this one is only an 1/8 inch. So for this one only, I have it scored at an 1/8 inch. So it's 10 1/8 by 3. So there's one score. And the scores are at 5 inch, and then, depending on the thickness, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch. And this gets attached. And after you run out of paper, you can always just layer another cardboard backing right over the inside piece. So you can just keep using it and using it. Fold it over, make sure it's centered. Oh, this one is short. I just seem to have, because even on this one, I shouldn't show you my whoopses, I was a little bit short, so I made it bigger. And then I thought because this paper pad is narrower, well, I have an idea of how to fix it, and that's with this label. Just challenge sometimes. So this piece of seafoam is going to go in here. And let's wait till let's do the label. So the label is, the label. I have it right here. And let me show you where that comes from. It's this label. This is the one we're going to use. and it's from right here. From right here. And this flower bouquet is from right here. Or you could think that I colored that. I'll pretend like I'm all fancy. Okay, and so I want to stick the words hey on it, and I want it to be off to the right side just because I'm going to have this little flower bouquet. And the flower bouquet is, you guessed it, it's from that sheet. It has all those wonderful die cut pieces on it. It is right here. Okay, so here are those pieces. There, that's gonna go there. So for now, let's do the word hey. And if you mess up on your hey, I know you guys don't mess up, but I have a tendency just to mess up. You could flip it over, stamp it on the other side, and have the flower cover up your whoops. Okay, hey, Versamark. I have the powder. So that's gonna go right here. Hey! So I did the pocket so it's not birthday, it's not wedding or baby shower or wedding shower, it's nothing. It's just like, hey, hey friend, how are you? Do it right, close the cover. Okay, why do I have that little dot there? Couldn't tell you. Okay, so let's heat that. Okay, we're doing good. So this little panel, and some of the panels, not so much this one, you have to cut to size. And that is when I show you the cards, like this one, it's really close to fitting on the card front, and that's all that's to this one. This one I had to trim down because this is on one of the sheets, and I had to make it a little bit smaller so that you could see the blueberry bushel border. But the paper cut sizes are in the video description. Okay, so this goes right in the middle. Okay. And this will go on with dimensionals. And thinking that this little notepad is going to be used quite a few times, I'm going to be a little bit heavy on the dimensionals. I had class the other day, and I forgot who it was, but somebody said, I'm going to put a lot of dimensionals on. Y'all see this? I'm putting on a lot of dimensionals just because I want to. And I thought, oh my gosh, we're all so alike. Okay, so there's that. So I have my little whoopsie down here at the bottom. I think I even put the pad on crooked. I sure did. And I think it's too late to peel it up because I put that on with glue. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it. Okay, and so to cover up this white gap, which if you have a kit, yours is not going to do this, I'm just going to drop this a little bit lower. And look at that! It's like I planned it. You really know. I didn't. Okay, so this will just go a little bit lower than planned. Look at that, how it covers up the white paper. It even covers up the crookedness. And then there's going to be this big, beautiful flower that's going to distract you from any whoopses. Yeah. Okay, so dimensionals here and a little bit of glue to go on the seafoam panel and get it secure. Right about there. Okay, and then let's decorate it with 3 pool party dots. And I put them somewhere real safe. Here's our pocket. There they are. So I'm using my, instead of the brand new package, I'm using ones that I already started. Just because the brand new package is for someone who's going to do this kit along with me. They get the new package. I'll keep using my used old ones. Okay, pool party. Okay, so that's done. Look at us. Okay, so I'll set those off to the side. Where's my pocket? Where's the pocket? Oh, that's a sample. This is a sample. Here's this one. And this one. Okay. So next is, oh, we could put this little bit on, this little bit of decoration. And that is just a flower from the die cut sheet. On the die cut sheet are gold sprigs and a blue flower. Blue flower, gold sprigs, and here's the little flower. I think that's in peach. Peach, is it peach pie? It doesn't say on here. I'm pretty sure it's peach pie. That certainly looks like peach pie. Okay. So where's the pocket? Here's the pocket. And here's the pieces. Sprig, blue leaf, flower. So at this point, I'm going to put the flower on, one dimensional only. That could go right about here. I don't want to have it too far over this is pocket entrance, because if you're going to be putting things in, taking them out, I don't want it to become too roughed up and mangled. And the sprig can go, should we try it a little different? Maybe there, I just want to accentuate how pretty it is. I kind of like it going up, but see how this one is hanging, this gold sprig is hanging over the edge, which makes it inclined to be dinged, messed up. Let's do the leaves going down lower, unless they'll fit this way. You know what, right there is better, because I think it helps frame the pocket too. Okay. Have a new home for it. Oh, and you know this one, I have the blue leaf under the sprig. I think that looks good. I think it kind of accentuates it a little bit. So let me see if I can. No, it's going to go downward. Okay. So I'm going to do dimensional at the end of the leaf and liquid glue where it tucks underneath the flower. Okay, and then I'll put a few more dimensionals, mini dimensionals, underneath the flower just to really secure it well. So I encourage you to watch Robin's video. Actually, she has a lot of great stuff on there. Not just some great stuff, but a lot of good stuff. So check her out. Okay, and let's put a party dot in Pretty in Pink right there. Party dot, and I'll use the larger size. Oh, isn't that perfect? I'm going to hold that up. That is so cute. Look how cute that is. Okay, so our pocket is done. I think what we have left is Post-it. Post-it. So the Post-it is cut paper to 6 1/4 by 3, scored at 3 and 3 1/4. And with this Post-it, there's no messing around. It is what it is, and it works out just fine. It's just that pad of paper, there's a variable based on the size of thickness of pad of paper you get. I had no idea. I probably should have read, and I would have known, but I didn't. Post-it, and Post-it pad covers, Post-it note pad covers are really nice just to have on hand, because you never know when you want to give someone just a little gift. Okay, so, and I got all this on Amazon. So after you run out of sticky notes, that's the top. You can stick another one right underneath that white backer. Or, hold on, was I smart? Okay. Backspace, take this thing off. And what do we have right here? Sticky. There. It comes with its own sticky. Isn't that cute? Okay. And this is going to say thanks, and I'm going to do it a little bit to the left side, so leaving room for the flower. So this is a die. I didn't show you all the stamp sets and dies. Let me show you that really quick. There's quite a few. You know how it is when you hold nothing back. So these are the words that are going to be used on all the cards and the pocket, and I'll go through them kind of quick, but they're great words, the right words. Unbounded love, layered thoughts, with you in mind, charming day, oh, my favorite. Okay, and these are new dies. I know it's like branching out. It is called branching out. This will be available on September 3rd, but look at these layered dies. These are used on one of the cards. Okay, so there's that. Textured notes, dies. This is another new one. I love this one. Traditional labels. So when it has the color back behind it, that means there's a die in that shape that perfectly fits it. Look at how nice these are. I'll hold this up close because I'm not sure if you could see all the detail on here. Aren't those nice? So I think it's better if I show you on the die cut piece. Let me finish going through these, and then I'll show you a die cut piece from here. Stylish shapes and Fright Night dies, and these are available right now. And that is for just a swoosh of a die. This one right here. That's from Fright Night, and you could get that now. Oh, that's my example of these fancy dies. This one is this one right here. It's so fragile. Can you see how it lifts up right there on all these sides, which makes for a beautiful die cut piece, but it's kind of challenging to get it out from the die. And when you look at them, this one does the same thing. And that one doesn't seem to be as challenging as this kind of rectangle. But once you get it out of there, it looks really pretty. So you just have to be patient with it. So this, I might end up using it, and the flower could go right over there and hold it down. I probably should use that now. Oh, I have one right here. This one isn't mangled. I'll keep it just in case. Okay, so I'm going to say thanks for being you. Because remember how I said this pocket, I wanted to be not for a holiday, just for, you know, just thanks for being you. Oh, my tear is on this side. Okay, let's adjust and put the thanks for being you here, and then over here, the flower can stick this piece that tore. I could stick it together. I kind of want to find something dark to tuck under here, so it's there. I'm looking around. Okay, let's take piece number 1 from card number 1. That's better. Just so we, as in you can see the outline of it, and also when I'm stamping it, I can see the outline of it. Did my embossing buddy. Thanks for being you. Right here. And this time it's going to go over here. Michaela and I were working on Warren's birthday party. He's going to be a year old in October. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. He's 10 months now. So we got the invites done. She already had it planned. She already knew what she wanted. She's like, here, let's just print it out. Okay, that turned out good. And I think that's all we need the powder for, is just the pocket. But you could fancy up any of those cards and emboss anything on them. I'm going to get this blueberry bushel back into kit number 1. Okay, so there's that. So this pretty and pink gold polka dotted band came from right here. And do you know where these little flowers came from? I'll give you one guess. That sheet that does it all for you. You know, it's like there's no cutting, there's no coloring. It's just beautiful. That's nice. I'm trying to put this somewhere that's easy to pick up. Okay, so this band will just get stuck on here. And if my band ends up being too wide, I'll just trim it off. And if it ends up being too narrow, like say it was too narrow, it's fitting perfectly. But if it ended up being too narrow, I would just have like a little pool party band over here and here. I would just split the difference. Okay, and then this goes down conveniently because now I could fix my whoops with glue. So glue on this thing, the center, and I'm going to put glue on the edge just because I want to make sure it gets stuck down, particularly where I tore it, like right there. I think I put too much glue on there. This will be centered. There's my whoops. Get right into place. And there it is. See, no one can tell. Okay, isn't that looking cute? I think so. Stick. Okay, so for the flowers, one-dimensional, it's a little one, on the back of the flower, just so I have room to tuck in those other leaves. So this one can go right down here. Look how perfectly it covers up the whoops that the glue already fixed. It's like every time I push it down, I hear a clunk clunk. And how are the leaves going to go? There. Here. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So, mini dimensional on the back of the leaf. I should do it on the back of both of them. I have to be a smarter, not harder, a smarter crafter. Probably should do the big one first. Okay. So this one can go right about there. Then this little one. Right there. Okay, so a few dots. This one uses pool party dots also, but you could do any color. This whole pack was designed to go with the designer paper. I think the pool party looks good though. If I had, like see this bright color, I probably should have done the peach pie, but it's fine because you never know what you'll refill it with. Okay, so Post-it pad cover done. We're done with the pocket. Okay, so let's move on to card number 1 and card number 2. Just because they both use that seafoam paper. So here they are. And the little pieces that are needed for the inside, I already have them cut out. And I'll show you where those come from. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. Isn't that cute? Because there's candles on it, I think it needs to be birthday. Best wishes. So see these 3 little cakes? I have them cut out, and those are from the striped piece. So for this one, we're using this cake right here, and notice how I keep on trying to protect this. Otherwise, all those pieces, they just come out. And look at all of your choice of cakes. The cake paper, the back side is the striped pink. So just choose any. And what's interesting is, see this cake here? To me, it looks just like this cake. Because it has the blue candles, pink, pink. Today we're using the die cut piece. This one, which is peach pie with blue candles. Peach pie with blue candles. So I'm going to definitely use that one. And you can get a little fancy. I did on one of the cards. So this one is just straightforward cutout from the designer paper. So these were down at the bottom of the paper, and I naturally would have discarded them. But what if you stack them? Can you just make like a bigger cake? Like this has 2 gold piping on it. I'm thinking that would be cute. And then the same with this peach pie one. And these were at the bottom edge of the paper. But to me that kind of looks like a platform, so maybe I'll take that off. Oh, but that looks kind of good. I mean, that is a fancy cake. Well, I think I had to take it off because there's a white border under it. And it does look like the platform. Let me take that off. Platform goes off. But you can make your cake a mile high. And yeah, these are just little note cards. There's not that much room, but it's kind of fun. Okay, so let's get back on task. So these pieces, this piece is made for the bottom, and after it's attached to the white insert, I'll trim off the edge. And this one is 5 by 3.5. This one is 3/4 by 3.5. And you don't have to write all of that down. I'll have it in the video description for card number 1. We're working on card number 1. So there's those and this. And while we're at it, then I'll take this paper away. There's this one for the cupcake card. That's for right here. And the size is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And then the little flower for the inside. We still have to find these pieces. Okay, so I'm going to push this here. Done with that. Okay, let's work on card number 1. This is card number 2. We'll do this one in just a minute. Okay, card number 1. These are the pieces. Okay, so for the card base, they're already done. It is this pack right here. So I used half of the package for all the samples, and this is the remaining 10 envelopes and note cards, and I folded these in half before I got started today. Okay, so take one of these. We'll do the envelope in a minute. And this goes on the inside. That goes right there. You can see how quick it goes together. These little pieces cut out, they'll go on the inside. That. Oh, we have to get the cake. That's from that die cut sheet. It's in here somewhere. Oh, and then there's also two flowers. Pink and pool party. Okay, so let's find the cake. Boy, if you had die cut pieces like this, you can make cards really fast. Oh, there's the banner. We're going to use that for card number 2. So here's this one. And pink and blue. Here's a little blue flowers. Little blue flowers and little pink flowers right here. Okay. And we're going to use all of these, which I love that. There's nothing like having a cute piece setting off to the side and you're just like, I don't know what colors, I don't know what to do with it. I love using it all. Okay, so this piece of soft seafoam designer paper, which came in the kit, just gets attached, and it's the same exact size as the note card, which is 5 by 3.5. And if you need to, you could trim it. I'm going to get this in line. See if I need to trim it. Yep, I do. See right there? It's just a little bit bigger, which is fine. I think if it was smaller, well, I would just use a layer. And you know, I wanted to use all the different cardstock colors for layers in this project, but the blueberry bushel is sprinkled throughout this designer paper, and it's a perfect accent. Just because it's a good, strong, heavy color, you could put the greeting in that color. Okay, so this goes in the center. And this is from this die cut piece, just blueberry bushel with textured notes dies. Right in the middle. Okay. And then the cake, and look how pretty that is with the gold foiling on it. Bo is over there having dreams. He was out chasing a squirrel today. Little does he know a squirrel is quicker than he is. But he's a hound dog. He's doing things that hound dogs do. And eventually the squirrel came down and just ran off. He didn't even bother chasing it because he knew that little thing is quicker than I am. He's over there doing dog dream sounds. And this one might need minis down here. So Evan and Tony are out getting some of the final supplies to get that cabin closer to being done. They're going down next weekend. Okay, so this is ready to stick right onto here. And I'm going to have, I want the candles in the blueberry area just because I think it accentuates them. I think if the candles were in the soft seafoam area, you could definitely still see them, but I think it's easier to see and accentuates the detail of it. Okay, now 2 little flowers. Those just get stuck on with liquid glue or any adhesive, just flat, no dimensionals. Oh, that's interesting. This one is different than this one. See the blue leaf? Well, it makes it look upside down. Okay, so it will go right here. That means that there's more in there. Then what about this one? If this one goes here, well, hold on. Because I kind of want the blue leaf to be to the center. How many cute little flowers are in here? Here's the pink one. This is the one that was used on the sample. Well, so we just need a blue one. There's a peach one. Well, you know what? Change is good, right? So this just gets stuck now. Who knows? It just might be a favorite. Okay, and then a little gold bow. Just a tiny little thing. Then a little bit of bling. Stuff everywhere. Okay, so to attach this, I could do a glue dot, but instead I'm going to just do a puddle of glue and let it sit in there. And the glue will absorb into the fibers of the gold bow, and it will secure it once it dries. Okay, and then dots, more pool party dots. pool party, pool party. Might run out. One, two, three. Okay, so the front is almost done. Okay, so this can sit and dry. While we work on the inside, it will probably be all the way done. So the inside, Best Wishes, stamped really big in Blueberry Bushel. So before I attach it, I'm going to do the stamping because I might mess up because I do that. Blueberry Bushel, Best Wishes. Right here. I'm ready. Oh, and then we get to make those little cakes. I want cake. Best Wishes. Come on. Yeah. Well, let me try it one more time. I see a little bit of inconsistency right there, and I'll just take whichever one looks best. This one looks best. I have so many dirty stamps over here. Woo. Can you see them? No. Good. If I set my arm down in there, my elbow in there, I'll have all the greetings of the world down there. Soft seafoam. Just so it gets glued. It's so hard putting glue over pretty paper. This can be, you know, looking at the designer paper, this has a perfect little pattern here at the bottom where this pattern is almost cut off. Does it matter? Probably not. Okay, and it's a little bit longer, which is fine. It's easy to trim it. Dry, dry. Don't want glue on my snips. Okay. And then we could build those cakes. If I had a cake like that sitting in the kitchen, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Okay, because there's no stamping on here, I'm ready to attach this. Or the stamping is complete. I'm ready to attach it. Okay, so let's see about these cakes. This one is already ready, but see, I could set it up a little taller. These are two different parts. Maybe I should build my cakes and then see how they should be laid out. Because I definitely don't want it tall, short, tall. So I can keep building that thing. Okay, there's one. See, it's about the same height. Now this little blue one, it doesn't have any candles on it. Because it's kind of the odd man out, should it be in the middle? I could check the paper and see if there's another layer. Okay, well how about, well see, I like the blue candles there because they go with, no, the front of it is this one. All these decisions. How about like that? I know some of you are talking. Oh no, no. Okay, that's how it's gonna go. Because they're all so cute, it doesn't matter, right? So all these cakes, I'm going to put it on with a dimensional, and then the bottom part will be glued. Why? Because that's just something I've been doing lately. I don't know why. Same with the leaves. Oh, here comes the dog that has dreams. I'll wait until he tells me. So a little glue at the bottom. This will be dropped down a little low. Another one with candles. Right about here. Bo, do you need to go out? And then this one could be a little tall. With no candles. Okay, so that's done. Okay, come on. Okay, so this is ready to stick inside the card. Bloop. Okay, I think we're done with card number 1. Card number 1. Okay, this is officially second sample of card number 1. Yay! And here's an envelope. And here's an envelope. Okay, let's do card number 2, and then the rest of them will be in a future video, just because I don't want to take up too much time. Okay, card number 3. Card number 2. This is card number 2. Okay, so let's get a card base. And inside pieces. Outside. This is inside. So these just all get glued down. Get more glue on me than on the paper. So if you get the full package of paper and a package of note cards, with your full package of paper, you can make all 20 cards, because you have 2 sheets of the die cuts and 2 sheets of those, I don't know what they call them, those element sheets that has all the different panels on it. That'd be nice to have 2 of each of these. So I'll put this in the center a little bit low so the cupcakes can sit on it. Oh, I didn't pull out the cupcakes and the gold pieces. Easy enough. They're in here somewhere. Here's a cupcake. Here's a gold piece. Nope, that goes to something else. Here's a cupcake. Here's a cupcake. Here's a sprig. And another sprig. Now we need a pink cupcake with pool party paper. And one more sprig. Here's the one more sprig. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a little flower, a pink flower. Yeah, with blue flowers going the other direction. What's on the inside? Just this and the gold banner. I could find the gold banner. Oh, it's right here in the tray. Okay, we're set. Okay, so the cupcakes are going to go on with one-dimensional, then glue, one-dimensional in the middle, right about here. So if you get this, and I'll have all the products I've used here, and you could do any words if you don't have all those words, and you could do any die cuts too. But if you get them and you have your pieces cut out and ready, come back to the video and we could do it together. That would be fun. Well, if you had the whole package of paper, you'd be doing double. Okay, this is going to be tucked in, but just a little bit higher. I'm looking at where the candle is, the flame, right there. Okay, and then the sprigs, they are, this one is just glue. I can handle that. Then the other ones have dimensionals underneath the leaves that hang over the cupcakes. So this one can be right there. This little flower can have one-dimensional and glue. Oh, well, that's really cute. And I think these are going to need some half mini dimensionals. More. That's what Warren does with his hands. Everything is more. I think in his world, when he does with his hands that he wants more, in his world, what it means is, I want to have it. Give it to me. As a dog walks by, he says, more, more. Like, get back over here. He's so cute. Okay, so this will get glue. And just kind of get tucked in there. Okay. And there's this other little, look how little that little bit is. That will get half dimensionals and glue. So yesterday was the chili cook-off at the Grange, and Amy has won, or at least placed, every year that she's participated. But this year she had her grandson graduating from Navy SEALs in San Diego, so she had to go to that, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't participate. She goes, Tony, will you serve my chili? I'll make it, I'll have everything ready. And sure enough, she did exactly that. When I saw her a week before, she had it all ready. We froze it, so it was still fresh and everything. And she even had her crock pot, her condiment container, and then Mama printed out a picture from one time we went out to dinner, and there's a picture of her like raising a glass, and she was there, and she won again. It was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of really good chilies there. So, okay, so a question, and I'd love to hear in the comments your thoughts. What is chili to you? And if you hadn't been to a chili contest, you'd be like, you know, chili's chili. But come to find out, I was sitting next to this lady, her name is Penny, and her family was a military family, and they were moving everywhere. The first chili she remembers is, she says, people in Texas, they make their coffee at night, and then they get to soak in their pot of pinto beans. I said, every day? She says, yeah, every day. Like, wow, okay. Oh, these need half dimensionals. And she says, so the chili that I first knew was more of a broth-based pinto bean, kind of like a white chili. And she says, and then I went to the northeast coast and I ordered chili. She says, it came out with this tomatoey red pasty stuff. I'm like, that's not chili. And in my head, when she said that, I'm thinking, that's more what I think chili is. So on the score sheet, they ask 3 things. How is the spice? And the spice doesn't mean, is it like you can make it super spicy, but how is the spice to your palate? Do you like it? Does it need more? Does it need less? And then like overall, what did you think of the chili, the flavor? But it just depends on what you know is chili. So the first one, table number 1, was this lady, Julia, and she had a white chicken chili. It was so tasty, but I kept struggling with, but that's not traditional chili. But I really, really liked hers. Let me put another really into there. I really liked hers. But some of the other ones were not good at all. Other ones were really good. Anyhow, it's just interesting. Like, where would you go with what is chili to you? Anyhow, Amy won. I have a picture. I've already strung this video on so long. I was going to say I'll show you the Tony accepting the award for Amy's chili. But keeping you too long. But Amy's is very good. Obviously, it won. So she's coming home today, and we have her little medal, gold medal sitting over there, ready to give to her in her crock pot and her bags of chili. But that was a fun day. Lots of chili being eaten. Okay, so to attach this banner, I'm going to do it at the end. And I'll do the flower at the end. So because stamping is done, I will put glue on here. The chili right next to Amy's, Tony serving it, was this little boy and his dad. The little boy, his name is Oliver. And Oliver was losing teeth, and he had himself a snaggletooth. And I think his grandparents came in and they're like, Oliver, you haven't lost that tooth yet? And the whole time he would take a bite, and then he would make sure with his tongue that it was still there, and then he would take another bite. He was really cute. So his dad was behind the table, and I said, Oliver, I said, if it's okay with your dad, can you come and do the tasting and the testing with me? He's like, okay. Cutest little thing. So he was 7, and I told him, this is how you do it. It doesn't matter what anyone says. What do you think? What do you think of the spiciness? And at first, both of us were giving everyone 5s. It's like, well, we can't do that. You know, this one I'm going to do a little different. On the sample, I have the banner going to the edge of the card. This one I'm going to have the banner going to the edge of the old olive. Just because I'm thinking that will make the old olive linen thread ties be a little bit more inside rather than drifting outside the envelope. So Oliver was giving everyone all these 5s, and I said, but I thought you like your dad's the best. He says, I do. I said, but that one has a 4 in that column. He says, oh, I had to fix that. That was a mistake. I said, maybe you need to go back and try them again. And then he caught on that there was these little cornbread muffins, and I don't know if he's ever had them before, but then he said, I'll go get the chili, but really I just want the cornbread muffins. And he ate probably like 4 or 5 of them, and they're just little mini things. But it was really cute. Like, you're supposed to be trying the chili. He says, well, I think I've had enough of that, but I have a little more room for this muffin. I'm like, okay. Okay, so I probably have to keep on sticking that down, or not. So, little green bows, because it's a party. Maybe I'll have these a little smaller, or the tail's not so long. I could trim the other ones, but I kind of like it. Reckless abandonment. It's just kind of crazy. I need to get those other scissors. Oh, so Stampin' Up! News. The scissors are no longer. The manufacturer stopped making them. So that means that my next pair, I'll have to get me some Busy Bee ones or something. And other news is the Stampin' Right markers are going to be going away. Not so much the blends. The blends are staying. Just because everyone is using the blends rather than the markers, the water-based markers are going away. Water-based markers are good for coloring on a stamp and then stamping it. You can get multiple colors on your one stamp. So it's kind of a shame that they're going away, but changes happen. And another one change is, you know, when we receive the dies, they come in a pouch. From now on, the stamp sets are going to be coming in a pouch. And there's only going to be polymer, no more cling. So lots of little changes. No more red rubber. They're having a hard time procuring red rubber to make the stamps. Well, polymer is more reasonably priced. I think the red rubber makes for a better stamped image. Okay, so those just have to dry. And on the banner, this one I lifted up each of the little flags and I put a dimensional under it. And I think it might be a little too tall, so I'm going to try something a bit different. And that is to take a glue dot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put it underneath, but kind of have a wadded up glue dot so it has a little dimension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So glue dot, kind of roll it all up, and then put it under. I'm going to put it on the paper just because I don't want to crease the foil. If I put it on the back of the foil, you know I'm going to crease it. Actually, that's pretty good. I like that. Okay, rolled up glue dot. Get it way to the end. Lift this up. Put it on the paper. And then just let the banner fall into it. Cool. Okay. Okay, so what do you think about this project? One package of designer paper, a package of note cards and envelopes. You're ready to make at least 20 cards. And here's the design. You don't even have to design them. You can if you want to. There's so many things you could do with this. So if the designer paper is $16.50, that's very reasonable. And if the note cards and envelopes are 10, it's $26.50. But you could do a lot more with it. I'll show you what I have remaining. It's not that much. Well, the full sheets of designer paper, which I love, which is why I bought it, you could use those on any card. So you saw when I pulled out those templates, how the bottom part of the template was still gonna remain. Okay, so that one is done. I'm not gonna close it because the glue is still wet. That's really cute. Okay, officially sample number, card number 2. And I think that's all I'm gonna do for today, but I'm gonna go back and do the others. So, let me show you. So this is all that remains after making these 20 cards. Designer paper. This designer paper, yes, but you need it to cut out the flowers. There's a few flowers that are cut out. Just a little bit of cake paper. And then this is from the sheet that has those panels on it. But that's all that's left over. Just because it's all so pretty. It's all so fun to use. Okay, so that's it for today. The loaded pocket. Let's put one together. Loaded pocket. This goes right here. A pen goes right here. And I'm doing it just like how Robin did it, because that's how Robin did it. And then you can have a bunch of cards. This is card number 3. We haven't got there. Tucked into here. I'd say like 3 or 4 of them. The rest of them, those are yours to use, however. And then this, I put it in a Post-it cover. It doesn't exactly fit, but I like that it protects it. So if you put it in right there, then that can tuck into here. Okay, so there's the loaded pocket. Imagine here. Have a great day. I mean, that's nice. Okay, that's it for today's video. I love to hear your comments. And the video description will have the paper cut sizes for all 10 cards and the loaded pocket, and a link to Robin's video, and hers is fun to watch too because she has all kinds of ideas. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.